Hello everyone. Welcome to PMC Qatar Book Club. We are reading the book Spiritual Growth, Being Your Higher Self by Sanaya Roman, Reaching Upward, chapter number 6, Opening Awareness of the Inner Planes. There are other realities that exist beside the reality you can see, touch, and hear with your physical senses. These are the higher dimensions that your higher self lives in. These realities are very real. Your higher self, other people's higher selves, and many high beings live there. The dimensions your higher self normally exists in are made of vibrations that exist at a higher frequency than your physical world. Everything in your world has a vibration. The atoms in your body, your home, and the food you ate. What makes matter solid and real for you is the relationship between the rate of its vibration and yours. The higher dimensions are separated from yours in part by their vibrations. They have faster, smoother, and higher vibrations. As you grow spiritually, you increase your vibration, and the dimensions of your higher self become more knowable and real to you. Because these realities are knowable through the inner world of your thoughts, imagination, and the inner senses, I will call them the inner planes of reality. There is a spiritual community of many high beings who work together on the inner planes. As you become attuned to your higher self, you also become aware of the dimensions your higher self exists in. You can consciously join with the higher community of beings your higher self is already a part of. Part of the higher purpose of the community of higher beings is to work with the universal mind and the higher will to assist all life in evolving. They work continuously to assist people in awakening, working with the higher will to broadcast spiritual energies. They help make the journey easier for all who are seeking growth, serving others, or requesting assistance. You can become more aware of the work that is going on in the higher dimensions to carry out the plan of evolution. With this awareness, it will be even easier to know and carry out your own higher purpose. Some of these beings act as guides and work intensely with a particular person besides contributing in other ways. Other beings contribute in various ways to assist all who are open to and asking for assistance. Every call for help is always heard. Light and the assistance is immediately sent from both your higher self and these high beings. Every resource is made available and nothing is spared when you ask for assistance. If you could only know how much love there is for you in the higher dimensions, you would never feel alone or worry again. There is no feeling of separatedness in the higher limbs. All beings contribute wherever they can create the most good, just as you work together with each other to create important things in your reality. Sometimes your higher self will work with you on something, other times your higher self will work together with high spiritual guides to empower you and assist you with your life's work and spiritual growth. In the higher dimension, there is never criticism, only mutual respect and kind words. There is a gentleness, humility, and a focus on the work that is to be done. All beings hold a high vision for each other and send each other unconditional love. There is no thought of the self, that doesn't also include the well beings of the other. If anyone is working on a project, it is everyone's concern. There is no feeling that one must do it all alone. All work receives the energy supports of all. There is never a thought of scarcity or competition. All is viewed to be a part of the divine and perfect order of the universe. It is an inclusive group and all can join who wants to be of assistance. There is still a sense of individuality in the dimensions your higher self lives in. Yet the individual is connected to all other beings in a much greater way than in your reality. Your connection to these higher dimensions comes through your higher centers of telepathy. Most of you received it telepathically through your emotional centers. You experience this when you are around people and pick up what they are feeling. Part of spiritual growth is learning to become transparent to the emotional messages of others and opening your higher centers of telepathy so you can receive the guidance from your higher self. Your higher telepathic centers are mental and intuitive. You receive clear mental guidance or an intuitive sense of what to do through these centers. You automatically open your higher centers of telepathy as you align with your higher self and hear and follow its guidance. You can use your higher centers of telepathy to send the messages to the higher selves of others or become aware of the soul level consciousness present in other life forms such as plants, animals, and minerals. Through higher telepathy, you can become aware of the many high beings serving mankind, your own personal guide if you choose, and the dimension of your higher self. You can connect with any of these higher beings by imagining you are connecting with them. If you are working on a project, ask for extra guidance and assistance with it. Imagine light is being sent to you, your work, or your loved ones. You are not alone. There is much assistance, support, and empowerment available for you and your world work when you connect with this higher community. You can work in the inner planes by becoming inner directed rather than outer directed. As you live as your higher self, guidance and information will come from within rather than from without. Guidance from your higher self is received in your higher telepathic centers and transmitted to you through your imagination and mind. Since your connection to the higher dimensions come from within, pay attention to your thoughts, inner senses, and imagination. Meditation is a powerful tool for becoming aware of these higher dimensions and your higher self guidance. Meditation allows you to quiet your normal thoughts and listen to your higher self. It allows you to pay more attention to your inner reality of pictures, images, and feelings. As you meditate, you increase your vibration and frequency, and the dimensions of your higher self become more knowable to you. Meditation increases your sensitivity to ideas, concepts, and images from the higher realm and your higher self. Meditation can involve states of relaxation, observation, and concentration. Meditation can take many forms from silencing your mind to concentrating on a project. Meditation is an inner reflective attitude, a time of concentrated thought. You are meditating when you are focused and thinking about how you can assist others or carry out your life purpose. Meditation can consist of sending light and love to people or sitting quietly and silencing your mind. Things that allow you to relax, concentrate, or silence your mind, long walks in the woods, listening to music, and sitting quietly and thinking about the things will connect you with your higher self and the higher dimensions. You can increase your ability to connect with the higher dimensions by learning how to relax, focus, and concentrate. You do not need a formal meditation practice to achieve this. You can learn by practicing on your daily activities. In the same way, you can practice silencing your normal stream of mind chatter during your daily activities and active a state of meditation even while you are active. As you become one with your higher self, you will have a steady spiritual focus that will allow you to be constantly in touch with your as you become one with your higher self, you will have a steady spiritual focus that will allow you to be constantly in touch with the higher dimensions as your primary reality. You will not need to sit for hours and practice the formal meditation, for you will be in a state of meditation, active receiving, inner listening, and focused awareness no matter what you are doing. You can sense the energy in crystals and the other life forms such as plants and animals. As your higher self, you are connected with the soul consciousness of all life forms through the inner planes. You can learn to consciously connect with the souls of the minerals, plants, and animals by using your imagination and ability of higher telepathy. As you become more aware of your inner world, you will be able to know your oneness with and understand the consciousness of other life forms. You will still maintain your individuality and sense of self. Feeling unity and oneness means having the ability to experience the life from the perspective of whatever or whomever you are focusing on. You will gain compassion, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of yourself as you learn how to see life through the eyes of other life forms. You can use your imagination to connect with other life forms. Next time you are near a tree, sit quietly by it and pretend you are the tree. As you pretend to be the tree, tune into the other plants as you imagine they would appear to the tree. How does the tree experience night and day, heat and cold? How does tree experience you? As you do this, you may sense the subtle feelings and impressions and images that go beyond words. This is the beginning of becoming one with all life and experiencing this aspect of your higher self's consciousness. You can pick up the images from the tree and sense to some degree its reality because you and the tree have a unity at a deeper level. When your mind and the imaginations you can become one with and gain a greater understanding of the consciousness of the rock, tree, plant, or any animal you tune into. Don't worry if you feel you are making it up. Trust the impressions you receive. You can become aware of the consciousness of a crystal. At this time, many of you are drawn to the mineral kingdom and particularly to crystals. This is because their molecular crystal line patterns increases your ability to tune into other dimensions through the inner planes of reality. The inner planes consist of a grid work of light that is very similar to crystalline structures. Having crystals nearby can increase your ability to transmit energy telepathically and to work in the inner planes and higher dimensions. You can send and receive telepathic messages through the inner planes. You can make a contribution to world peace or assistance others telepathically by sending light to them or to all of humanity through the inner planes. As you do, you increase the amount of light in the world as much as through any physical effort. You might picture the inner planes as a vast network of very orderly, fine grid work of light. The higher the dimension, the finer the grid work of light. Messages can travel along this grid work from higher self to higher selves of others. You can send telepathic messages to the people you know. Messages sent from your higher self to other person's higher self will bring results. Think of someone you would like to communicate with. Get quiet and imagine a fine gridwork of light around you, extending straight upward. Next, imagine a line of light going out from your heart to this person's. Mentally tell this person you love and accept him or her exactly as he or she is. Express any other messages of love you want to send. One man did this with his wife when they were having conflicts over one of their children. He felt she was being too lenient and she felt he was too harsh. They had reached an impasse, neither was willing to budge. It even got to the point where they weren't talking to each other. He sent his wife a telepathic message through the inner planes from his higher self, telling her he loved her and wanted peace between them. Soon after he sent his message, his wife came to say she was open to a new solution and they arrived at a mutually agreeable compromise. In these times of planetary change, people are changing rapidly and new forms, ideas, and informations are flooding the planet. If you try to find stability in the outer world, you may feel confused and uncertain. As you go within and connect with the higher dimensions and your higher self, you will find love, stability, and peace. A constant broadcast of peace, success, and spiritual focus and other expressions of light are always available. All you need to do is to get quiet and imagine you are tuning into this broadcast to receive it. Not only are there high beings in the inner planes, but also there are many different and beautiful places within these planes. For instance, there are places where the pure notes of love, compassion, courage, and other qualities exist. Each place holds one constant note, such as joy, broadcasting it throughout many dimensions. These places are composed of energy, sound, light, and vibrations. You can mentally travel to them and absorb the qualities they emit. They act as a reference point for the pure vibration of that feeling tones throughout many universes. Anytime you want more of these qualities, you may travel to these places and absorb more of whatever quality you desire. Sometimes you may feel an overwhelming urge to get quiet, followed by a sense of energy or force pouring through you. These are the times when your higher self is doing great world work, assisting in sending light and energy through the inner planes. Respond by getting quiet and letting this high vibration of energy pour through you. As it does, your radiance will grow even brighter. As you open your awareness to the inner planes, you will be increasingly sensitive to telepathic impressions from the higher realms and your higher self. You will gain an increasing ability to assist people telepathically and to receive guidance and assistance for yourself. You will have a greater role in carrying out the higher will and will become more aware of the greater evolutionary plans for humanity. You will be valued as a member of the higher communities that are assisting all humanity and the life to reach their highest potential and given much support and love for your spiritual growth and life's work. Thank you, Masters.